Josh Taylor, first of all, how are you?
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, back up here in Bonnie, Scotland for the weekend, just chilling out. So, yeah, just nice and relaxed, mate. Chilling out, catching up with some friends and family.
Let me ask, first of all, how's walking? How's your foot?
It's starting to feel a little bit better now. I went to the specialist on Wednesday. I'm booking in for another scan on Monday, but he says it's quite happy with the way that it's all healing and knitting together. I'm quite happy. I can now start doing a little bit of work on the bike, a little bit swimming in the pool and stuff like that now. So I can now start to do a little bit more exercise now. You know, I've been doing weights in the gym every day. I'm like bloody.
You look like a swimmer. Yeah, you look like a swimmer. Yeah.
But I'm able to start doing a bit more activity now, which is good. I can start doing a little bit of cycling and a little bit of leg work, light leg work, which is good. So yeah, it's still a long way to go, but we're moving in the right directions. I'm being nice and patient with it.
So with the end of February, you said to me, I think when we spoke 2 or 3 weeks ago, it might be 10 weeks. So you're looking at probably what, end of April on your feet again, really on your feet?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I want to try and get back on my feet and start doing boxing and proper training through my feet with no worries, like by the end of April, hopefully. So yeah, I mean, but it's not one that I want to rush, because then if I rush, then do it again and make it worse, and it puts me back even further. So yeah, I'm just taking it easy and doing all the necessary steps and doing everything I can to try and speed the process of the healing up. So yeah, I'm just sort of taking it easy and being careful with it.
Onto the stuff that's probably going to get a little bit more venom out of you. Ben Shalom and Jack Catterall very critical that you've both ended up going in different directions. What's your feeling about that? I mean, is he right to feel hard done by
No, I don't.
For the rematch?
If anything, look, the fight was done. We had signed the fight, and then we were going to announce it on the Eubank fight. I done the injury on the Monday of the Eubank, but I never told Ben until the Friday, because I didn't know what I had done to myself. I knew I had done something because it was really painful. So I knew I'd done something. I then went and went to a specialist on the Wednesday, got MRI scans done, got the results back on the Thursday, and got pretty bad news. You know, pretty bad news of the significance of the injury. And the plantar fascia tendon is gone. You know, so it's like it's going to take a little bit of time to get back to normal. So I then told Ben on the Friday. So I said, right, there's no point in announcing the fight, because I'm not even back on my feet by the time March comes. Never mind fight. So that was that. And then about a week later, or 2 weeks later, I can't remember the exact time date, but I can remember I just see that, you know, all right, the fight's gone now. I'm going to have to get Jack a fight. And then I saw that he's fighting on the 25th of March. So it's like, well, you've moved on for the fight, not myself. I'm like, if I'm Ben Shalom, you're going to focus on, right, okay, this is one of the biggest fights in the UK. By far, actually, it's one of the biggest fights in the UK. The best, definitely the one with the most interest in it. So instead of going away and focusing on getting another date locked in and bolted in and loaded in, he's went away and got Jack another fight. So they've moved on for the fight. They've moved on. Jack's fighting someone else. And then what am I meant to do? Like, what am I meant to do? I'm meant to sit there and just wait on Jack now. You know, so when that happened, Jack got the announcement out that he's fighting on the 25th. I then gets an email on Monday there from the WBO saying that I've been mandated to fight Teofimo Lopez. So it's like, right, well, that's out of my hands. That's completely out of my hands. So if anybody's to blame, it's Ben Shalom for not getting it nailed in and nailed it sorted. So Ben Shalom's actually done Jack a bad turn.
Because you don't want to lose all your belts altogether, yeah? Because you don't want to lose all the belts. Because you'd lose the WBO if you didn't defend it, yeah?
Ben Shalom's done his own fighter out a mega fight because it's just to get him out and keep fit fight. But what happens if Jack had done that fight? And anything can happen in boxing. What happens if he goes out, breaks a hand, gets cut, gets injured, or gets knocked out, or gets beat? That's the fight completely gone anyway. So for me, that's a stupid movement from their behalf for him and his team. Stupid, completely stupid. All you had to do was wait a number of weeks, get the fight. Ben had to get the fight sorted and a date locked in and get it done, and it's been done. You know, and then I get an email on Monday just past there from the WBO that we're mandating you to fight Teofimo Lopez. So it's like, right, okay. If I don't fight Teofimo Lopez and go for the Catterall fight to try and please other people that I couldn't give a monkey's about, it's my title. I've let go of all the rest of the other belts. Make this happen. I've been very patient and waiting and getting the fight happen, making the fight happen. So I have to let go of another belt now. So no, I'm keeping the belt that I've got, and it's a good fight. And I actually think that it's a better fight than the Catterall fight. I think it's a harder fight than the Catterall fight. I think Teofimo Lopez is a much higher caliber of opponent than Catterall, given that he's had a couple of crap performances, but he is a very, very good high-level opponent.
So are you saying that if all goes well for Catterall down the line, you beat Teofimo, would you still fight Catterall later on? You said to me off air that you'd still like to give a good shellacking. Yeah. That's what you were saying.
Yes, of course, of course. I mean, obviously,
that fight will happen at some point, is what you're saying.
But obviously, it just can't happen now. But that's completely out of my hands, and it's not my fault. And if anything, it's actually probably Ben Shalom's fault or Jack's team's fight for getting another fight instead of just sitting tight and waiting. And it is frustrating, and I understand that. You know, we've both been out the ring for near enough a year now already. So it's like, okay, I quite understand why he's got another fight, and I quite understand why he's doing that, because he needs to keep the momentum and stuff like that. But I'm still sat here as well. So he's went and got this fight done. He's away got this fight. What happens if he gets a cut, breaks his hand, breaks a rib, or gets beat? The fight's completely gone then. So it's like, that's a completely stupid move from me. I'm all doing here is sitting, waiting, doing my rehab, getting everything done, making sure I'm fine, ready to go and fight as soon as possible. You know, and then I get ordered with the WBO to fight that fight. So
you are going to fight Teofimo Lopez. Obviously, he's come up from 135 to 140, but he's a style that suits your style. He's a come-forward, aggressive, bullish fighter. You know, principally a right-hander, isn't he? But he can switch a little bit as well. The styles of you and him make for a terrific fight. When do you expect that to happen? And what are you going to do to him when you step in the ring with him?
I really don't know when it's going to happen. I mean, I don't think we've even spoke about that. I mean, I've only received that news from the WBO on Monday there, so we've not really even spoke about it, you know, so I don't know when it's going to happen or where. So it's very, very early stages, you know. It's
UK, USA? What's your feeling?
Well, I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously, I'd love to go back to the USA. You know, and I'm fighting a massive magnitude of a fight again, because...
What, another Vegas fight, Josh? Are you fancying on the Vegas fight?
But there was no one there. You know, there was... this time I'll be able to take my friends and my family and my fans and my support. Yeah. Whereas the last time I couldn't. There was only me and my team there. That was it, and a handful of people in the arena, which was still kind of sucks to this day. You know what I mean? And no one was there to witness it, really.
Fast cars on the strip, but completely empty and full of ghosts. Yeah. I do remember you not being able to get into gear or out of gear or whatever it was in the was it the Maserati or something, or the
car? I couldn't get it done, but it was fun. Them cars were fun. They were quick as well, really fast.
Finally on this, so I know you can't put a date on it, but if you're fit in April, end of April, and then you do a camp, April, May, June, July, it's a midsummer fight, presumably.
Yeah, I'd like to try and aim aim for about June, you know, June time. I would like to.
And your preference is the US, yeah?
Listen, I'd love to have a fight here as well. I'd love to have it in the UK. I'd love to have it at Easter Road or the Edinburgh Castle in the middle of the summer. You know, that would be, I've always dreamed about fighting there. It would be brilliant, you know, but also on the other hand, going over to the USA, and fighting, I don't know, wherever it is it's going to be, but fighting, for example, maybe in New York or maybe in Vegas again, maybe down in Vegas again in a big massive fight. So yeah, I'd love to go back and this time take fans with me.
Great stuff, Josh. Get well soon. We cannot wait to see you out in action again.
Yeah, cheers, Gareth. Always good talking to you, mate. Cheers.